Be that as it may, on a brighter note, we're doing something completely different tonight. Usually the feature gets pushed somewhere in the middle, but Nick the Greek would rise out of his grave because he handicapped the longest run of any opening poet in literature as documented, and so far there is no one who can match the chain of succession of reading events as Ted Gill. And Ted has been writing his poetry about the 60s. He's been reading up and down the Hudson Valley. For some reason he doesn't read side to side. I don't know if it's a union issue, but... Ah, that's right, okay. From Albany to New York City since 2002. He has a chapbook and he's part of the bilingual anthology. Ted's been published in several newspapers, Chronogram, and several anthologies. He's known as the rhyming poet, although he does have a dozen or so unrhymed poems, which he much prefers to the elegance of rhyme. No, I said that backwards. He prefers the elegance of rhyme more than unrhymed poems. I beg your pardon. It's Tinkerbell. Well, Tinkerbell's going to bring Ted up. And Ted is proud of his host of Poetry at the Church, which is a wonderful event. He's been doing that for 7.5 years now, and looking forward to many more years. So it gives me great pleasure to bring up the first, the last, the always, Ted Gill.
Get light in my eyes. All right, can everybody hear me?
Yep.
Poets mostly are a starveling lot, with words and words, more words all they've got. I don't expect my words to make me rich, I'm just here to scratch my poet's itch. Now this is a new year, so I got a new year poem. New year, 2020. Well, we're finally done with 2019. I admit it's not the worst year I've seen. There were plenty of problems anyway, with things like mass shootings near every day. And members of Congress fighting like kids put the whole U.S. reputation right on the skids. Seems no one in charge knows how to bend. Let's hope this behavior won't have a bad end. We can hope 2020 is better in a great many ways, and the year will be filled with many more pleasant days. Winter is here. Black the land and dark the sky. No bright colors meet the eye. There's no softness in the cold, hard land, but in the snow that's close at hand. Snow that hangs in laden clouds o'erhead, a blanket for our land now dead. Cold bites and brings a windswept tear. I think that winter is now here. I was due to read at Valentine's, so about 90% of this will be romance or love poems. Excuse me. Regrets. I will always regret that I didn't have enough of whatever it takes to rub two words together to generate enough heat to ignite a love poem that might warm your heart. This is one of the first poems I gave to another person, to a lady, and when she read it, she said, "Oh, you must really be in love. We're going to get married." And we did. So I haven't been passing this out very much, but I'll read it tonight. Silent Song. Listen then to the silent song that sings within my heart. It can make short a way that's long, pure tears before they start. It echoes down from up above as a song without a word. It sings afresh of joy and love, though the music can't be heard. This silent music fills me up till I think my heart may crack. And on this ambrosia my soul may sup while time goes off its track. The song you'll never hear rings out the very sound of spring. Makes me want to dance about like fairies in their ring. Open then your heart to mine that you may feel my song. Let it flood your blood like wine and come and dance along. To fall or not to fall. To fall in love with you. How easy it would be. Or, however, the problem that I view, could you fall in love with me? On the same sort of note, second-hand love poems. Second-hand love poems that I wrote long ago to a lady I longed for but did not yet know. Second-hand love poems seem suddenly new. Could you take them to cherish if I gave them to you? Hot soup. I dipped my spoon in a hot soup bowl and something grabbed and ate it whole. It pulled the spoon down out of sight before I even got a bite. I just pushed the bowl away. I'll try the soup again another day. I read that for quite a while, and then one of the poets said, well, what happened when you tried it? So, hot soup, second try. Another day at last arrived, but my suspicions still survived. Still, I dipped my spoon into the soup once more to see just what the fates might have in store. I slowly drew a spoonful out and nearly gave a relieved shout. Then I saw a vortex form from bottom up as I was just about to sup. That was all I had to see to know that soup was not for me. I know you knew it. I wanted to write you a poem, but I just couldn't seem to get down to do it. So I decided I'd just write I love you, though I figured you already knew it. I really intended to write it, but I just couldn't seem to get to it. So here's the best I could do to tell you what you already knew. I think you're a sweet, sweet lady, and I adore and I love you too. There hangs the sky, a dead pale gray, like a cloud of damp, like a cold, damp void in that distant day. On that kind of, okay, start over. There hangs the sky, a cold, dead gray, like a cold, damp void, and it's that kind of day. Once in a while, the sun breaks through. Those are the times I think of you. You are my sun when the times are gray. Whatever the weather, you are my sunny day. Love's beacon. When dark sweeps in and all seems black, think you then of me. When lost in night with no way back, let me help you see. Let my love become your guiding light to help you on your way. My love can shine through darkest night and lead you back to day. Thou art mad, and I am mad with thee. With thee, for thee, and of thee, and in thee. For thou art my life, and if my life be mad, then so perforce must I. Doubt. Doubt that the trees and flowers grow, or the sun will rise again. Doubt the restless rivers flow, or the healing fall of snow and rain. Doubt the coming of the day, and the moon and stars above. Doubt the winds will blow your way, but never, ever doubt my love. Star Wars. And there were stars, and men claimed them for their sons. And there were wars as the claims were made with guns. And here's the crime. There were stars and worlds enough for every man, but every time there are those who would take another's if they can. At last it's done. The worlds are wrecked and beggared by the wars. And round each sun, brute man gazes upward at the stars. Time and distance stretch on far and far and keep pulling us apart. But however great the time and distance are, you're close within my heart. The moon is full and high above. My heart too is full of love. What cloud would dare to dim my light as I seek a maid on such a night? What maid could bear to say me nay beneath a moon as bright as day? Continuing with the moon. Full moon. The full moon shines bright across a frozen world of white. The wind's so cold it really seems to bite. You can see anything that moves beneath that brilliant light, and there's not a single soul anywhere in sight. Pity the poor werewolf on the hunt tonight. Spoken verse and written word. I'm awkward with the spoken word, those little nothings sweet to hear. You'll find I'm not the kind of bird who whispers in your ear. I must sit and sort and think and measure out each phrase. Then I resort to pen and ink when I've assessed what each word weighs. I like this one romantic touch. Perhaps my brain is slow, but I hope you know I love you just as much as if I told you so. Hunger of the heart. When my brother's wife, Doris, died, and after the funeral, he was standing there and he says, I don't know why. I eat, but I still feel hungry right after the meal. So this is what I wrote. I hunger deep, I eat and hunger still. For the hunger of my soul is not fed by fodder of the body shell. A hand, a voice, a touch, for me alone, and all my hunger ends. My soul is filled. Sing a song of love. Sing a song of love then, if you would have my love. Sing me of rainbows and sunshine, of birds and the moon up above. Sing of the words ever changing, of the world ever changing, of seasons, fall and spring. Sing of the flowing streams and flowers. If you would have my love, you must sing. Sing then of things eternal, of the sun and the rock that the world rests upon. Sing me of stars beyond counting and the love that will last while they're gone. Sing me of men and of maidens, of the promise of love they all bring. Sing not of heartbreak, but love ever after. Ah, for love's sake, my love, please just sing. If this isn't love, it'll do till love comes along. Your voice to me sounds like some sort of song. Everything you say is just like music to my heart. If that's not love, it's a pretty darn good start. When I see your face, it's like the sun comes out. Isn't that more or less what love is all about? When I touch your hand, it feels like a spark is racing through me. I'd call that love. If I'm wrong, go ahead and sue me. When we're apart, I can hardly wait to see you once again. When we're together, the thought of parting fills my heart with pain. If that's not love, I don't know what else it shapes up to be. Sure as heck sounds like love to me. I want to go on record if I should be wrong. This will do for me till love really comes along. You are my love, my heart's delight. You're in my thoughts at morn and night. When I walk, you walk with me, however far apart we be. I smile at jokes that we two share, and feel you smiling standing there. You share my fun, apart or near. I'm not alone, for you are here. Lovers' games. Come follow me then, maiden fair, into love's soft silken lair. You may have no slightest fear, for I offer you no harm in here. We'll nibble on the finest food, hear music set to match our mood. Sample a liqueur or two, while I pay gentle court to you. If you should yield to my entreat, we would sample love most sweet. Stay with me for one whole night and learn about love's true delight. I will teach you lovers' games to set your maiden heart in flames. You'll feel your passions running high until like flames at last they die. Then on mattress soft and deep, we will cuddle close and sleep. There you may dream young lovers' dreams until the morning's first light gleams. When you wake and reach for me, you'll find I'm not where I should be. While your heart sinks and turns to stone, search will tell you you're alone. Then as you rise to face the day, you'll learn the last game lovers play. Thy smile hath been my sun, and I but longed to bask within its warmth and light. But I have been in your night so long, I am become nocturnal, and I now fear the very light that I once sought. lest I should be struck down dumb and foolish in its brilliant beam, and be caught forever helpless in a dream. My love awaits a poem from me about the season's happiness, mirth, and glee, about the love that fills the land, about the peace and brotherhood on every hand. But that all seems pretty scarce of late. We read and see war troubles and hate. Hate spilled blood amidst happy laughter. Pain and sorrow follow after. We dream of a Christmas white with snow, then find the going hard and slow. Dreams often founder on cold hard facts. Good intentions die beneath cruel selfish acts. Yet the hopes and dreams live on, reborn again like each day's dawn. Lover's Lament. Come, poet, you must write me a love poem today. One sad and sober, not bright and gay. For my true love has left me and gone far away, and I'm more unhappy than my poor words can say. I scolded and told her that she shouldn't go. I warned her of danger, but she left even so. Since she left this morning, I'm feeling quite low, and if she doesn't return, I may just die, you know. Come, poet, olive poem, start writing, I say. I can feel my health failing, life slipping away. I'll leave your poem on my coffin with one small bouquet for my true love to find when she returns late today. Dreaming of dragons. I was dreaming of dragons I could heroically slay to impress a fair lady I just met today. But dragons, alas, are no longer around, and my lack of knowledge and skill are all too profound. There's menace aplenty around us today, but none even a champion could readily slay. If a knight with his honor and helm, horse, and lance were faced with disease, drugs, and terror, he would not stand a chance. Still I dream of dragons and honor, and wish I were a knight who could defend his lady from something to fight. who could defend his lady and keep her from harm with skill, courage, and honor, and the strength of his arm. Throwing Kisses. This is the first poem I ever read in public. Throwing kisses. Take no chances throwing kisses at somewhat distant pretty misses. There's too much chance that one might err twixt you and your lady fair. And just suppose that airborne kiss should land upon a raw young miss. Think of all the noise and fusses you explain that errant bus. Take no chance with such a slip. Deliver all your kisses lip to lip. Thou art a song within my heart that nourishes me beyond mere empty calories or the latest fashion in any vitamins and minerals. Thou reachest deep with warmth of love. I do treasure that in every moment we may share. Waking in the morning. We lay there, comfortable as can be, while hands go roaming, lover free, exploring where and as they please, to stroke, entice, or just to tease. The bed becomes a playground for a while as we exchange dreams and kisses and a smile. One not sleepy, one not quite awake, each staying for the other's sake. In love again. I smile to see I'm in love once again. I'm amused at my rhymes of anguish and pain, because like all the times I've fallen before, the one that I chose just thinks I'm a bore. As I look on, I ask with a smile, what happens if she changes her mind in a while? Would I then turn in my tracks and run like a rabbit, because falling in love is just some kind of habit? Come, my love, and love with me. Let the cares of others be. Let my tender stroking hand lead you to a gentler land. Set all your worldly cares aside. Come lay by me, come then and bide. Let our loving set you free. Come, my love, and love with me. Alas for love. I gaze into her lovely eyes. They look back downcast. I feel my pulse begin to rise. I want to hold her fast. I feel her touch upon my face. My heart beats faster still. Her touch and voice put me in my place and bend me to her will. Then I feel a touch of pain, and I must admit the truth. Her love is not mine to gain, as she works on cleaning my next tooth. Pills. Pills, 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 pills for all your ills. You have to imbibe what the doctors prescribe and the prescription the pharmacist fills. You don't think twice when you're not feeling too nice. You just go back for further refills. But all your relief can turn into grief when you finally get the bills. Starry eyes. The night has a million stars. My sky has but one. The light that shines from your bright eyes is and will always be my sun. Flowers are poem. I'd bring you flowers every day. If I'd bring you roses by the score, if I thought that were the way to show the love I store. But flowers take such love and care, and still they wilt and die. A lovely bloom makes one aware that there go you and I. I love any flower's beauty, it just doesn't last too long. So I hope you won't dispute me, but accept instead this song. It's not home. I wrote this while my wife was in the hospital. It's not home. It's not home without you there. Just some rooms all stark and bare. Oh, the furniture's in its place, but it's dead without your hand, your face. I go through all the motions true, working as I wait for you. My life goes on, or it seems so. I don't call it living, though. When I go to bed, it's far too wide without you laying by my side. When I wake and you're not there, God, this house seems lonely, stark, and bare. There's no one anymore. There's no one anymore that I know of that longs to hear my words and poems of love. My poor heart is silent, I fear anyway. The words of love dried up and blown away like flower petals on a windy day. So if there were any interest anyway, I'm left with not a word to say. I cannot give a love poem to a lass I do not know. I cannot write you love poems, for love has yet to grow. I cannot give you love poems, but this I'll tell you true. If I were to write a love poem, I could wish it were for you. Undying love. Do not offend the gods above by speaking of undying love, but beg the gods for one more year to love the one to whom you're near, and I will beg with all my might that I may stay near you day and night. Oh, I'm getting there. Black despair. Anytime you need a hug, just a friendly, gentle squeeze. When you feel that empty tug, you just come and ask me, please. When everything becomes too much and the world is turning black, come enter in my friendly clutch, and I'll happily help you fight back. I'm not trying to assault your virtue or drag your honor in the dust. I wouldn't do a thing to hurt you. I would never want to lose your trust. Some days we all need someone just to lean on, a shoulder where to rest your head. So when your day's strength seems to be gone, call on me, come lean on Ted. Come hear the music. Come hear the music of our song. Come dance with me, my love. The music sounded all along, below, through, and above. Sometimes the music's muted. Sometimes it's hard to hear. But if you listen with your heart, our song sounds loud and clear. Yes, it's sometimes hard to hear the music through the tumult, hurt, and pain. But if you still yourself and listen, it will light the darkling plain. Our soul will lead you back again to our love so warm and dear. And when you follow that refrain, you'll find me waiting here. The way is weary, hard and long, the burden's heavy too. But I would lift your burdens with our song. Come, Jane dear, I love you. A proposal. Thee may have of me all that I do have, my hand in help, my heart in love, or my very soul until the end of time, if you but wish. But of such things as land and gold, or jewels and clothes, I can offer little, for little do I now have, and little do I expect to have until my destined end. But, should you wish to take my offer, this little will become a kingdom beyond price. Climb the hill with me, my love, and hear my gentle song. Though the hill seems far above, the way will not be long. We'll climb to where the clouds are in reach, and the sky is at our fingertips. Then my hopes and dreams I'll teach between kissing your sweet lips. Then as the sunset ends the day and we return back down the hill, you may believe me when I say, I love you now and always will. Rainbows and roses. Rainbows and roses and touches of love are some of the things you remind me of. Whenever your image runs through my mind, my ears just stop hearing it, my eyes go quite blind. I suffered midnight and winter for years without end. You've become sunrise at springtime and my dearest friend. The cold and the darkness that long bound my heart have shattered and faded since our friendship's start. And melody sings to me out of the air. I see rainbows and roses appear everywhere. When I am with you, and we two can touch, the song in my heart and my blood becomes almost too much. Now we are blending our two songs into one. I can feel our hearts singing as that new melody has begun. We join hands and hearts to start a new life and face our future together as husband and wife. I'd rather be a poet. Give me no warrior's honors, that's not what I'd choose to be. If you would win my favor, praise rather my poetry. Bloodletting is all too easy, and heroics are often mere chance. A man may retreat from a spaniel and stare down a lion with one cold glance. War makes too much of killing, too much of the men who do so. Poets are known down through the ages. How many soldiers' names do you know? I would rather people remember one sonnet that I made up and polished with care than to recall that I was a killer with a chest full of medals to wear. More hunger of the soul. I hunger now for more than food. My heart itself lies empty and dead. The empty gulf within my soul cannot with mortal food be fed. I eat, and food lays like a lump, while hunger gnaws yet deep. That longing emptiness within troubles me till I could weep. For my soul was sheared in half in that night of bitter pain. Only time can heal me now, till the gulf is, and fill that gulf again. Life's pathway. Each life is but a roadway, and all must end in death. No matter where it wanders, there's but one ending to the path. It doesn't matter how or where, we all will end someday. The important thing in every life is what we do along the way. Life may run in shadows for many a weary year, so you must trudge without the sun through a life that's bleak and drear. Another soul may seem to skip along a wide, bright boulevard and never really understand why you think life is hard. Still, you must believe it somewhere. All roads even out. There is a balance taken, however much you doubt. So you must tread the path you're given. You really have no choice. Someday it may lead to heaven, and there you may rejoice. The world goes on. The passions of the world go on in their secret scores. Bloody violence fills the streets like running open sores. The cities slowly drown in debt, with flesh and stone both lost to fire. Police and courts equivocate while politicians feed their own desires. There's crime and turmoil everywhere as disillusion fills the land. Discord marks the blocks of power as each broker tries to get the upper hand. And yet, there's hope of better times as strong men teach of faith and love. They must be strong of heart to share the pain and still bear witness to the word from above. Ranks of men and women both work heart deep in pain and sin, helping, loving, giving hope to lost, friendless souls as if to kin. While there are such people, truly good, reaching out to help and teach, the world is never lost to hope. The millennium is within reach. Stimson weed. The Stimson weed grows red and tall. We shall have to hide this fall, for the wobbling birds will follow soon, devouring all beneath the moon, rending men for their red blood, though man's flesh can't be their food. Who could ever hope to fight against the wobbling size and might? With fuzz too thick for sword or spear, the wobbling birds would kill all here. The Stimson weed grows red and tall. We shall hunt quite well this fall. The wobbling birds will swarm about and we won't have to seek them out. With poetry smoke to make them dizzy, our traps and crossbows will be busy. Their thick fuzz will keep us warm till winter's long and raging storm. Those sunlight eggs will be a treat, though we can't eat the wobbling's meat. The Stimson weed grows red and tall. Our herds will do quite well this fall. Wobbling birds now make few sounds, their spears broken by their bounds. Wobbling fuzz in their thick skin will make clothes and boots for kith and kin. We can discard our tools of stone and smelt better from their beak and bone. As we look out on our flourishing herds, let's all give thanks for our wobbling birds. Okay. 2 more I got. Half your life. Yeah, all right. This is the one I was going to finish up with anyway. 84. As you're approaching 84, you have to wonder just how many more. That's me. You think back across the years, remembering joy and laughter, sorrow, tears. Body's not what it used to be, but I look in the mirror and it's still me I see. My belly bulges, my jowls sag a bit. Some of my older clothes are a much tighter fit. Still I walk along at a decent pace when I'm not tripping and falling flat on my face. I still write an occasional poem like this one, so I don't really think I'm quite yet done. So I'll just totter along for a few years more and see if I can reach the big 5 score.